Hey, family, welcome to season 3. Oh my goodness, of Living Her Truth show where we have honest conversations about what it means to live your truth authentically. I am your host, LaKitia Woodard, and I am here and ready to have another moment of truth with you to help you build the confidence that you need to walk into your greatness. And so tonight's episode is sponsored by Kim Mason, who's the Executive Director of Women Cultivating Greatness. Women Cultivating Greatness is a nonprofit organization right here in the heart of Houston, Texas. And the mission of Women Cultivating Greatness is to provide economic, educational, and emotional support to all women desiring personal development with an emphasis on women with learning challenges and disabilities. Women Cultivating Greatness offers education, resources, and support to help women connect, communicate, and collaborate with like-minded women focused on quality of life improvement. And this October 5th, 2019, Women Cultivating Greatness will celebrate 10 years of holding their event, Divas Day. You guys, you have to go get your tickets because last year was phenomenal. 10 years is going to be even better, right? So for more information on Divas Day, just go to www.divasday.org. And if you want more information on Women Cultivating Greatness, you can go to www.womencultivatinggreatness.com. Or you can reach out to Kim Mason directly at 832-409-0725. And I will definitely leave all that information in the description as well. So, you guys, oh my goodness. Season 3, episode 1, and I am opening up with a bang. You have no idea how exciting I am right now. For all of you who are not in Houston, Texas, let me introduce you to my guest on today. This is Councilwoman Amanda Edwards. She's a council member here in Houston, Texas. I am super excited about this conversation. Councilwoman Edwards, thank you so much for saying yes to having this conversation with me.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I invited Councilwoman Edwards on the show because we need to have an important discussion, you guys. There's a lot going on in our communities, especially of us people of color, and we just need to talk about how we can impact and empower our communities through self-awareness. Because if you are anything like me, you want to do more in your community, but when you have a lot of things going on at home and personally in general, you tend to think, oh, how can I do more outside of, what I have going on personally? And you can. The way you do that is through self-awareness. And Councilwoman Edwards is the perfect person to have this conversation with because she is a pillar of the community. She's always doing stuff in the community. And we're going to talk about it and get into it today. So, Councilwoman, do you mind telling us a little bit more about you?
Absolutely. So for those that may not be aware, I'm a native Houstonian, born and raised, and I had an opportunity to go to public school in terms of high school. I went to Eisenhower High School, went off to Emory University in Atlanta.
Okay. I graduated from Clark, Atlanta.
Okay, awesome. And then after that, went to DC, worked on the Hill for Congresswoman Jackson Lee. And then after that, I got a chance to go to law school. So I went to Harvard for law school. And instead of coming home or going off to work in a traditional way, Hurricane Katrina happened while I was a student. And so I decided that I was going to move to New Orleans and assist with the rebuilding efforts there. Little did I know that anything that I encountered there would ever have some kind of impact on what I do today. But of course, Katrina and now Harvey.
Right.
So it came full circle in a very odd way, but did that. It was a great experience. I started a program for kids, teaching them how to use writing as a tool of empowerment, and worked for a wonderful federal judge. So I had a really great experience, and I realized that I wanted to just take that type of involvement, engagement, and bring it home to Houston. And so I came back, I started practicing law, and was doing municipal finance law, so building schools, hospitals, things that were public purpose projects, and really enjoying my work and serving on a bunch of boards, nonprofits around town, organizations I cared about, but I knew that I wasn't necessarily living my purpose. So I knew that I was in a good position and I had great opportunities, and I didn't want to be ungrateful for them, but I knew I wasn't exactly aligned with my purpose, and that purpose for me happened to have been empowering others, empowering communities, empowering people, making transformative differences in their lives, and also having a vision for my community. And so when I said, and of course, Oprah Winfrey talks a lot about that. So when I thought critically about, and I had always been interested, let me be very clear. I'd always been interested in politics and the like, but I don't actually like politics. I love the service. And so it's an interesting thing. But politics I can totally do without. Service I love. And in that process of figuring out whether I wanted to really make that transition, sometimes you have to go to places where you're not as comfortable to be in the place where you're needed. And for me, in terms of really living that purpose and aligning with that was what that transition looked like. I came to City Hall. So for those that knew me well and they say, you don't like politics. What are you doing at City Hall? And running at large for a city council member position. And for me, it was the vision I had for the city and the things that I wanted to see happen for Houstonians. And so that's been a really rewarding experience for me. And I get a chance to work on a wide variety of things. And so it's been a great journey. Yeah.
Thanks for your service. And
You're
you just
welcome.
Put that out there. Oh my goodness. You dropped so many different nuggets.
I just try to do a little bit of something for you. A few things to discuss.
Yeah, a few things to discuss. And I know that you actually, like everything you just said, I know you put it into practice because I ran across your show, Edwards Empowerment Talks.
Yeah.
So I ran across that a few months ago because I was just looking for different avenues to go and promote my business, Sisters Truth. Yeah. And so I ran across your show and I, watched a few episodes, and I just loved it because you're having a conversation with everyday people who have, defeated the odds and have done something amazing in their community.
I love that you like it.
Yes. Oh, I love a good come up story.
Yes,
I love good come up stories. I'm from the projects, from sexually abused with my stepfather for 8 years, the first in the family to graduate high school, college, go off to get a college degree, get into law school. That's how I came to Houston, Texas, and now to become an author, start a business. So I'm the first to do a lot of things in my family. So yes,
and that takes courage.
It does. So I love a good come up story. And it's so funny because once I found, your show, started watching the episodes, maybe, was it a month? Maybe a few weeks later, I go to a networking event at U of H, the Black Forum Leadership, the 9th Annual Black Leadership Forum, and you speak. I'm like, wait a minute, is this the same woman I just met? And so, you talked pretty briefly, about 15, 20 minutes, and you gave your phone number at the end of the talk, and followed up and was like, yes, this is my phone number, and yes, you can call me. And I was like, wow, like, I don't know why, but I was just so impressed. And something said, ask her to be on the show.
That's just a sign of a lack of boundaries. No, seriously. But seriously, I mean it when I say I want people to engage because I want to transform the way people engage government and engage their community. And so that takes a lot of work. And so I love this work. So it's not tedious to me to do that.
Yeah. How does self-awareness play into that? Because you have to be self-awareness to at least do this work and be in politics and not lose yourself and really be there for the people.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know I say all the time about the community are my bosses. So there's a lot that you can, in this space, can get you off track and distract you from the core mission of why you're here. People would not need to call these offices if they didn't need something. And so you've got to understand that while this might just be call number 12.
Hey guys, this is part 2 of my conversation with Councilwoman Amanda Edwards. I'm not sure what happened to our last feed, but if you are joining me for the very first time, I am LaKitia, the host of Living Her Truth, and I'm here talking to Councilwoman Amanda Edwards, and we're talking about how to impact and empower our communities through self-awareness. So hopefully part 1 of the live actually saves. So if so, I would definitely connect it into the description of this video as well. But we're going to go ahead and continue the conversation. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely.
All right. So Councilwoman, tell us, how do you pick yourself up and move forward when you're, feeling down and feeling discouraged?
Yeah, I mean, we all are going to have bad days and we're going to all have difficulties in our journey. Just because you're living your dream does not mean that dream is going to be rid of any obstacle. You're going to have obstacles.
Absolutely.
And they might be the worst of the worst kind. And so you really have to understand perspective wise that you can get through pretty much anything. It might be difficult in the beginning or upon initial impression or shock, but you'll power through. You're strong. You're resilient. I tell young people all the time.
Family, this is part 3 of Living Her Truth with my conversation with Councilwoman Amanda Edwards. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Not sure what's going on, but hopefully part 1 and part 2 will show up in the feed. If so, I will connect it, link it to this particular video as well, so you can check out part 1 and part 2, because we was having good conversations.
We were.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Facebook on today, but Councilwoman Edwards, I know you're super busy. How can we connect with you and find out what's next for you on your agenda and things like that?
Absolutely. So they can follow me on social media for sure, and then they can also look up on my YouTube pages where I show some of the things I'm working on, stuff that I'm excited about. That would be a great way to keep up with me. I'm a busy lady. I'm all over the place, but it's a big city and it's a big community to serve. And as I was mentioning to you before, you know, nothing is promised to be smooth to us. Nothing. You might be living the dream of your life. But there is always going to be an obstacle. The question is not you fell down and the fact that you fell down. The question is, how do you get back up?
Absolutely.
And if you can, you know, think about that small child, that little 2-year-old or 1-year-old fall and hit their head. But if they want that lollipop or whatever it is that they got their eyes on, they don't even care. And so you gotta be, that's a sign of resiliency. Gotta be resilient. Most of the time we're gonna have setbacks and failures. I mean, think about President Obama. He lost his campaign when he ran for Congress. He could have stopped there. That was that was a disappointment that he could have allowed to stop him. He did not. And so just think, it could be grand scale failures, it could be grand scale disappointments or rejections. That's part of the journey. It's part of the journey. The way you respond to it is what's going to make the difference as to whether you get to ultimately fulfill your purpose and your dreams.
Absolutely.
So I just want to leave that with folks.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback off of that, you guys, when you're in that moment, think about everything that you've already, gone through and survived. You can survive those things. You can survive whatever obstacle and wall that's in front of you as well. You just got to reach back in your toolkit and grab some strength.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say that. Don't allow fear to dictate the way you approach your life. You got to be cautious and careful and wise. Absolutely. So having discernment and knowing the difference between being fearful and discernment is key.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you guys, thank you so much for joining us on today. Hopefully this will save as well, because it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. But please join me next week on August 5th for another episode of Living Her Truth. And thank you so much, Councilwoman Edwards, for having this conversation with me.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
No problem. So bye, guys. See you next time.
Bye.